Hi, I'm Bob Schmidt with Home Remodel Workshop. If you have a pet or children or construction workers in your house, inevitably you're going to get some stains on your carpet. Unfortunately, we have an old dog here, and I noticed her nipping at the grass tips in the yard the other day, and I should have known that she had an upset stomach, and sure enough, she got sick on the carpet. Fortunately for me, I was able to witness it. I saw it happen. I immediately got her outside and I flew up there to get all the supplies I needed. What I did initially was grab some rubber gloves and some paper towels, and I picked it all up right away. Then taking some of my favorite stain spot cleaner, I hit the carpet and blotted it to the center just like they say to do, and then I scrubbed it a little bit more, and then I rinsed it a little bit and dried it. And I was real happy thinking that, boy, I got on this right away. I'm not going to have an issue with my carpet. You can imagine my disappointment the next morning where I thought I had this all taken care of when I saw this yellow urine looking stain still in the carpet that was about 4 inches round. I found a unique way to take care of this. The household supplies that you have for this spot cleaning job are pretty basic. A hair dryer, a little measuring cup for a cup of hot water, a teaspoon for dispensing the dishwashing liquid, a steam iron, which most people have, a bucket for keeping clean water in, and plenty of cotton rags, clean cotton rags, because these are probably the most critical part of this whole cleanup process. And also a shop vac, a wet dry vac that you can suck up moisture with. Using a cup of hot water, go ahead and take some dishwashing liquid of your choice, as long as it's a grease fighting dishwashing liquid. Pour you out a teaspoon of dishwashing liquid and just dump it right in that hot water. Give it a little bit of a stir. For this 4-inch round spot we have here, I'm going to probably use about half of this, and I'm going to take it, and I know this looks a little crazy, but I'm going to dump it pretty liberally on that 4-inch spot. Probably use maybe a little bit more than half. Using about 5 layers of cotton rags that are bigger than the spot and also bigger than my iron, I take my bucket of clean hot water, there's no cleaning supplies in this, and I'm going to thoroughly soak these rags. I'll go ahead and give them a squeeze, not rinsing all the water out of it, but a little bit. I'm going to flatten them back out again, and I'm going to lay them right over top of that wet spot. Having my iron set on medium heat and low steam, now on top of these 5 wet rags that you can feel they're pretty moist here, I'm going to place the iron directly over top of the stain. As you can hear it start to sizzle as it starts sizzling these rags and creating steam with these rags. Now I'm not going to let it sit in one spot. I'm going to move it around a little bit because I want that iron to force steam into this carpet and into that spot, with the idea that we're going to draw that spot up out of this carpet. Now the reason I don't want to let it sit too long in one place is I don't want to dry these rags out and take a chance on burning this carpet. So of course I can see the top of the rags. Now what you want to do is you want to move the heat around to draw the spot up, but not keep it in one place so long that you're going to release the adhesive on the back of the carpet. As you can see, this is not my towel scorching. This is actually the stain being drawn up through these 5 layers of cotton towels we have here. And as you can pull it up and turn it over, you can see that it's pulling that stain up into these rags. This is exactly what you want to see happen. Now I'm going to rinse these rags out in that clean water again, and we're going to reapply the heat. Now I'm shooting this in real time just to show that I'm not really leaving this iron on there very long. You can see how hot and how quickly it gets hot. But again, you can even with a second application after I've rinsed these rags, you can actually see where the spot is starting to come up again. And there it is. Now that I've steamed this a couple of times, it's looking pretty good to me. I'm not sure if it's going to draw any more up. What I'm going to do is I rinse this bucket out, put some clean, cool water in it. I'm going to go ahead and soak one of my rags up, just a single rag. And I'm going to put it, and I'm not going to rinse it real well. I'm going to let it be a little bit wet. And I'm going to set it back on that spot again. And I'm going to press on it to press a little bit of the moisture back into the fabric. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to blot this area up until I'm sure, with dry rags, until I'm sure that I have all the dishwashing liquid soap up and I don't see any more stain residue coming up. This is a clean, dry rags. This isn't anything that I've used already. And I'm going to go ahead and set it up on here, making sure I put as much pressure in there as possible to soak up any of that stain or anything else or any of that dishwashing liquid that could still be in there. You notice I'm not scrubbing it back and forth because what I wanted to do is bring it up into the towel. After doing this a few times with some clean towels, doing it every time, I'm not seeing any more stain coming up. All I'm seeing is a little bit of residue liquid coming up. We're pretty much done except for one more phase. Now that I'm confident that the stain is up, the carpet still feels a little bit damp. I don't like leaving damp carpet. I want to dry this as much as I possibly can. So I brought up my wet dry vac and I put my attachment on it to try to make the suction as much as possible. Even though this isn't soaking wet or anything, it's still pretty damp. We'll go ahead and we'll kick on the shop vac and we'll go ahead and suck it up as much as possible. If you have company coming over soon and you don't want this damp spot to be in the floor, you can always take a blow dryer, putting it on medium heat and high blow. Now again, you don't want to get crazy and stick this down on the carpet. You'll scorch the carpet and you'll melt the plastic that's underneath the carpet here that'll release this carpet. You don't want that to happen, so you got to be careful. Using another clean, dry towel, go ahead and turn it on the blow, and rubbing under the back of your hand will feel the heat, so you'll know if you're overdoing it. And go ahead and dry it off like that. It's been 24 hours, and here's our same 4-inch spot. Looking at the surrounding area of the carpet, the stain has completely come out, and I'm very happy with the result. This is a method that we've used on all different types of carpet and all different types of stain, and we've had really good luck getting out the vast majority of them without any problem, right down to red Kool-Aid. So I'm just telling you that this is something you might want to give a shot instead of having to run up to the store to get those little spot cleaners, which we've tried in the past and haven't had very much luck with them. I'm Bob. Oh, one more thing, just to let you know, a lot of times when people are doing cleaning and things like that, they have a tendency to say more is better. And in this case, that's not the case. If you overdo that heat, like I'm showing you to do, and you don't use good measure, you can damage your carpet or scorch your carpet. So you have to keep things wet while you're doing it with the iron, and you have to use it in good measure. Just do it a little at a time. You could repeat it 2 or 3 times if necessary until it sucks up. You don't just want to set that iron on there and just let it cook. That's not really a good idea, and that's not the way I showed you to do it. I'm Bob Schmidt with Home Remodel Workshop. If you're not interested in this tip, please check out our home channel. We have many other videos at home. Thanks.